Hey everybody, and welcome back to the final episode of this week's Daily Drive. Today we're taking a minute to look a little bit more on how Jesus handled criticism. Yesterday, Jesus was dealing with criticism from religious leaders, but today Jesus is having to deal with criticism from his own family. And so let me say this. The closer people are to you, the more their criticism will hurt you. I want you to be aware of that, and I want you to lean into Jesus when this happens, because he knows exactly what that's like. In Hebrews chapter 4, verse 15, we're told that Jesus can empathize with our weakness because he's been tempted in every way, just like we are, but he didn't sin. That means when Jesus was criticized by people who were close to him, he didn't lash out, he didn't retaliate, and he didn't respond by pointing out their faults or doing anything wrong. You know what Jesus did instead? He ignored them. That's right. Jesus didn't even respond when people close to him criticized him. In Mark 3, 20 through 21, the Bible says, "Then Jesus entered a house, and again a crowd gathered, so that he and his disciples were not even able to eat. When his family heard about this, they went out to take charge of him, for they said, 'He is out of his mind.'" Now, later in the same chapter, we're told that those sitting around Jesus said, "Your mother and your brothers are looking for you." And when they said that, Jesus didn't pay it no mind. He didn't run outside. He didn't engage them in conversation. He didn't try to explain anything to them. Instead, he just ignored them. And I think there's an important lesson here. See, yesterday we said that sometimes people need to understand the facts, and sometimes they need to understand our hearts. But sometimes people know the facts and they know our hearts, but they just don't agree with us. And when that's the case, it's better for us to stay focused rather than trying to persuade someone who's never going to agree with you anyway. Guys, if Jesus had spent all his time trying to persuade his critics, he never would have gotten anything done, and neither will you. So as we wrap it up today, I want to encourage you to pray and ask God for wisdom. Ask him to help you see when you need to explain the facts, explain your heart, and when you need to just ignore that criticism altogether. I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope to see you back here next Monday for another episode of the Daily Drive.